I'm John, your favorite YouTube English teacher, and today we're going to study some important vocabulary for leadership. First, we're going to look at some nouns, then some adjectives, and finally some verbs. Don't forget that I give private lessons every week on. Oh, hey, it's me. I was saying, don't forget, I give private lessons every week on my private website and on italki. There you can find me and schedule your first lesson. With my students, I train them to speak with the proper grammar, the proper vocabulary, and help them feel confident with the English language. So, I hope to see you there. Now, let's start. Nouns. Number one, vision. I really admire how you always seem to know where the company is going. It hasn't always been easy, to be honest. What do you think makes you different from other leaders? I think the most important thing is having a clear vision for the future. Definition: a clear idea of what you want to achieve in the future. Examples: a good leader needs to have a vision that inspires everyone around them. She shared her vision for the company at the start of every new year. Without a vision, it's hard to know which direction to take. Number two, strategy. The competition is getting stronger and our sales are declining. I know. We need to do something different. What do you think we should do? We need to think carefully and create a better strategy. Definition: a plan designed to achieve a long term goal. Examples: the company's strategy focused on expanding into new markets. Without a clear strategy, it's easy to waste time and resources. She presented the new strategy to the board of directors. Number three, influence. I can't believe how quickly he transformed the team. I know, it was really impressive. What do you think makes him so effective? He has a lot of influence over the people around him. Definition: the power to affect the behavior or opinions of others. Examples: she used her influence to advocate for fairer working conditions. A good leader uses their influence in a responsible way. His influence in the industry made him a respected figure. Number four, integrity. I heard there was a scandal at the company last year. Yeah, it was a difficult time for everyone. How did the CEO manage the situation? She responded honestly and showed real integrity throughout the whole situation. Definition: the quality of being honest and having strong moral values. Examples: people trust him because he has always shown integrity in everything he does. Integrity is one of the most important qualities a leader can have. She refused to take shortcuts because it conflicted with her integrity. Number five, director. Did you hear about the changes at the top of the company? Yeah, it has been a busy few weeks. Who's in charge of the new project? It's being handled directly by the Director of Operations. Definition: a person who is in charge of an organization or department. Examples: the director called an emergency meeting to address the issues. She was promoted to director after leading 3 successful projects. The director of the company made the final decision on the budget. Number 6, chairperson. Who's leading the meeting today? It's a big one, so they need someone experienced. Is it the same person as last time? Yeah, the chairperson will be leading the discussion again. Definition: the person who leads a meeting or organization. Examples: the chairperson opened the meeting by reviewing the agenda. She was elected as chairperson of the board for a second term. The chairperson made sure everyone had a chance to speak. Number 7, spokesperson. Who is going to speak to the media about the announcement? It needs to be someone who can stay calm under pressure. Do we have someone prepared for that? Yeah, we have a spokesperson ready to address all the questions. Definition: a person who speaks officially for a group or organization. Examples: the spokesperson confirmed the news at a press conference. She was chosen as the company's spokesperson because of her communication skills. The spokesperson refused to comment on the ongoing investigation. Number 8, decision maker. We've been waiting weeks for this project. I know, nothing seems to be progressing. Why is everything so slow? We need to speak directly to the real decision maker if we want any progress. Definition: a person who has the authority to make important choices. Examples: make sure you speak to the decision maker directly to avoid any delays. She was the key decision maker in the company's expansion plan. Having a clear decision maker in a team prevents a lot of confusion. Number 9, trailblazer. I've been reading about that entrepreneur who started the company from nothing. Yeah, she has quite an incredible story. What makes her so special? She's a real trailblazer. She changed the whole industry. Definition: a person who is the first to do something and opens the way for others. Examples: she was a trailblazer in the tech industry at a time when very few women held leadership roles. He's considered a trailblazer for bringing modern design to traditional manufacturing. Trailblazers often face a lot of resistance before people accept their ideas. Adjectives. Number 10, decisive. Why do you think the project moved so quickly? Honestly, it was all about the leadership. What do you mean? The manager was very decisive. She made quick, clear choices and never hesitated. Definition: able to make decisions quickly and confidently. Examples: in a crisis, you need someone who is decisive and calm. He was known for being decisive which made him an effective leader. A decisive leader doesn't wait for the perfect moment to act. Number 11, assertive. How did she manage to get the budget approved so quickly? She really knows how to handle those conversations. What do you mean? She was very assertive in the meeting. She made her case clearly and refused to change her position. Definition: confident in expressing your opinions and needs without being aggressive. Examples: it's important to be assertive when negotiating with clients. She learned to be more assertive after years of being ignored in meetings. An assertive leader communicates clearly and earns the team's respect. Number 12, inspiring. What did you think of the keynote speech? Honestly, I wasn't expecting much at first. Did it change your mind? Completely. It was one of the most inspiring things I've ever heard. Definition: making others feel motivated and enthusiastic. Examples: her story was so inspiring that several people in the audience started their own businesses. He gave an inspiring speech that reminded the team why they do what they do. The most inspiring leaders lead by example, not just by words. Number 13, approachable. Do you think the new manager will succeed in this role? Early signs are really positive. What makes you say that? She's very approachable. People feel comfortable talking to her about any problem. Definition: easy to talk to and friendly. Examples: an approachable leader creates an environment where people feel safe to share their concerns. He made a point of being approachable by eating lunch with different team members each week. Employees are more productive when their manager is approachable and supportive. Number 14, charismatic. I heard the new CEO spoke at the conference last week. Yeah, I was there. It was quite something. What was he like? He was incredibly charismatic. The whole room was completely captivated by him. Definition: having a strong personal charm that attracts and inspires others. Examples: she was so charismatic that people followed her without question. A charismatic leader can unite a team even in difficult times. He was charismatic and confident, which made him a natural in front of large audiences. Number 15, firm. How do you manage to keep the team focused when things get chaotic? It's not always easy, honestly. What's your secret? You have to be firm. People need to know where the boundaries are. Definition: confident and determined, especially when enforcing rules or decisions. Examples: a good leader is firm but always fair with their team. She was firm in her decision and refused to change course under pressure. Being firm does not mean being harsh. It means being clear and consistent. Number 16, fair. There has been a lot of tension in the office lately. Yeah, some people feel like they're being treated differently. What do you think the manager should do? He needs to be fair and make sure everyone is held to the same standard. Definition: treating people equally and without favoritism. Examples: a fair leader makes decisions based on facts, not personal preferences. She made sure the workload was distributed in a fair and transparent way. People respect a leader more when they know they will always be treated fairly. Number 17, ambitious. How does she manage to accept so many new projects at once? She has always been like that, even from the beginning. Does it ever cause problems? Not really. She's ambitious, but she always delivers what she promises. Definition: having a strong desire to succeed and achieve great things. Examples: he was ambitious from a young age and always set goals that others thought were unrealistic. Being ambitious is a great quality, but it has to be balanced with patience. She was one of the most ambitious people in the company, and it showed in her results. Number 18, composed. The presentation started to fail halfway through. How did she handle it? Honestly, it was impressive to watch. Did she panic? Not at all. She stayed completely composed and handled it like a professional. Definition: calm and in control, especially in a difficult situation. Examples: a composed leader reassures their team even when things are not going well. He remained composed during the negotiation, even when the other side became aggressive. It's hard to stay composed under that kind of pressure, but she managed it perfectly. Number 19, effective. What do you think makes a good leader? That's a big question. There are so many things. If you had to pick just one thing, being effective, getting things done, and producing real results. Definition: producing the results that are wanted or needed. Examples: she was one of the most effective managers the company had ever seen. An effective leader knows how to use the strengths of every person on the team. The new system made communication much more effective across all departments. Number 20, level headed. Things got pretty heated in the meeting today. I heard. It sounded like a difficult situation. How did the team leader handle it? She was completely level headed. She restored order and helped the team make progress. Definition: Calm and sensible, especially when facing difficult situations. Examples: a level headed approach to problems usually leads to better decisions. He's known for being level headed, which is why people trust him in a crisis. She stayed level headed throughout the negotiation and reached a fair agreement. Verbs. Number 21, make decisions. I feel like we've been repeating the same discussions for weeks. I know, nothing seems to be getting resolved. What do we need? We need someone who's willing to make decisions and take responsibility for them. Definition: to choose between options and commit to a course of action. Remember, we don't say do decisions, it's make decisions. Examples: a leader's most important job is to make decisions quickly and clearly. She wasn't afraid to make decisions, even when the outcome was uncertain. Making decisions under pressure is one of the hardest parts of leadership. Number 22, lead. The project is getting bigger than anyone expected. Yeah, it has grown beyond what anyone imagined. Who do you think should be in charge? We need someone who can really lead the team through this. Definition: to guide or be in charge of a group toward a goal. Examples: she was chosen to lead the new department because of her experience and communication skills. It takes courage to lead during times of uncertainty. He led the team through one of the most difficult periods in the company's history. Number 23, motivate. The team has been really struggling lately. Productivity is down. I noticed the energy is just not there. What do you think is missing? The manager needs to do more to motivate the team and restore their momentum. Definition: to encourage someone to feel enthusiastic and committed to what they're doing. Examples: a great leader knows how to motivate different people in different ways. She motivated her team by recognizing their achievements and celebrating small wins. It can be hard to motivate a team that feels undervalued and ignored. Number 24, guide. I'm not sure how to handle this situation with the client. It's a tricky one. Have you asked for help? I'm not sure who to talk to. That's what your manager is there for. Let her guide you through it. Definition: to help someone find the right direction or way to do something. Examples: he guided the team through the transition with patience and clarity. A good mentor guides you without making your decisions for you. She guided her students through the process step by step. Number 25, empower. Why do you think the employees at that company are so motivated? I think it comes from the top. The culture is really different there. In what way? The leadership truly empowers people. They give them real responsibility and trust them to deliver. Definition: to give someone the confidence, authority, or freedom to act independently. Examples: a good leader empowers their team instead of controlling every decision. She empowered her staff by giving them ownership of their own projects. Empowering employees leads to greater creativity and stronger results. Number 26, prioritize. We have so much to do before the end of the quarter. I know, it feels a bit overwhelming right now. Where do we even start? We need to think carefully and prioritize. Not everything can be urgent at the same time. Definition: to decide which tasks or goals are most important and address them first. Examples: learning to prioritize is one of the most important skills for any leader. She prioritized her team's well being over short term productivity gains. He made a list every morning to help him prioritize his responsibilities. Number 27, persuade. The board was not interested in the proposal at first. I know, it was a tough crowd. So, how did she convince them? She managed to persuade them by presenting the data clearly and addressing every concern. Definition: to convince someone to do or believe something through reasoning or argument. Examples: it took months to persuade the investors to fund the project. He was skilled at persuading people without making them feel pressured. A good leader can persuade others without relying on authority alone. Number 28, adapt. The industry has changed so much over the last few years. It really has. A lot of companies have struggled. What separates the ones that survived? The leaders who were willing to adapt. The ones who resisted change eventually failed. Definition: to change your approach or behavior to suit a new situation. Examples: the best leaders are able to adapt quickly when circumstances change. She adapted her management style depending on the needs of each team member. Companies that refuse to adapt eventually lose their competitive advantage. Number 29, resolve. There has been a lot of conflict between two members of the team recently. I know, it has been affecting the whole group. Has anyone done anything about it? The manager intervened and worked hard to resolve the situation before it became worse. Definition: to find a solution to a problem or disagreement. Examples: a good leader resolves conflicts before they damage team morale. He resolved the dispute by meeting with both sides separately and listening to each of them. It takes patience and skill to resolve conflict in a professional environment. Number 30, reward. The team has been working incredibly hard this quarter. They really have. The results speak for themselves. Do you think the company will recognize that? I hope so. It's important to reward people for their effort and commitment. Definition: to give someone something in recognition of their effort or achievement. Examples: a leader who rewards hard work builds a loyal and motivated team. She rewarded her top performers with additional responsibilities and opportunities. Rewarding people for the right behaviors encourages others to follow their example.